welcome back to Petty Perfect. It's me, Darren Monroe, and today we are going to be doing a get ready with me, a nice, really cute eye look with browns and gold tones, so you can wear it to work in the morning, or you could sass it up and wear it at night going out. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it and get started. I'm going to start by using some prepping spray. I have the Urban Decay B6 prepping spray. Now for this prepping spray, you want to make sure you're not moisturizing your face at all, because it will totally cancel out what the prepping spray is doing. So you just shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Spray, 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 spray. Alright, now just gonna let that dry, and then what we're gonna do after is we're going to prime our face, and then we're going to use some setting powder. We're gonna prime our face, and for a primer I have the Becca Ever Matte Primer, which actually I kind of really like, to be honest. You rub that in, and I do it one side at a time as opposed to trying to get all wild and crazy with it. There we go. And then I'm going to use, because I have oily skin, to be very honest with you. So what I do next is I get out my, oh, here you go. It's Master Fix by Maybelline. And I put enough to give myself an ashy look. I'm not, you know, because at the end when you're baking, to get them areas right and to make sure you have no shine, you get a little heavy with it. But right now all I'm doing is I'm trying to lock in the priming spray, the prepping spray and the primer, so I'm going to give myself a little ashy effect. So I'm putting it in all the right areas, and I just pat it in. I do my eyes, even though I do put primer on my eyes. We are definitely going to get some primer popping on our eyes. You see? I just look nice and ashy, like, you know, what's going on in the film? Why is she so ashy? And I just want to get a nice, even layer going on. There we go. And just a little bit more for my forehead. And it's nothing that's taking forever. Like, it's just a quick little pat all over. There we go. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. Fabulous. Alright, so I do have a little bit more left in the cap, and I'm definitely going to need that in not too long, when we're just about finished. But I'm going to prime my eyes. Now, priming your eyes is actually really, really, really important. So if you don't want to prime your eyes, that's your business. It's totally up to you. I'm not going to force you to do it, but I will recommend that you do it. So if you ever did your eyeshadow and you're like, oh yes, I did that, this is so beautiful, this is so wonderful, I want to show it to the world, and then like an hour later everything is caught up in the crease, or your colors aren't really popping like you thought they would be popping, or just like everything's kind of all blended together in a total mess, that's because you didn't use primer. Now you can go out and get actual primer for your eyes, primer potion, Urban Decay, or you can use concealer, like the concealer that you put in this area, in these areas, and that you can actually put some of that on your eye. Most people do it after they finish their eyebrows. I like to use actual eye primer, but either way, eye primer, concealer, as long as you're putting something there before you put your eyeshadow on, you're good to go. Now You just need this little bit of an amount. Pat it right in. I start on my lid and I work my way up. And I work my way up, getting all over it. And what it does, not only does it keep your eyeshadow in place, like the different colors that you use, not only does it keep it in place, but it also makes sure that the colors are shining to their maximum potential. Remember, just a tad bit. I start on the lid and I work my way up. Now, if you don't want to use your finger, you can definitely use a brush. But I actually like using my finger a tad bit better than using the brush, because I know my primer is not getting caught up in the bristles of the brush, and I'm getting everything that I need to be getting. So there we go. My eyes are nicely primed. And like I said, we're doing a really cute, simple look. I'm using the Gilded Gold palette from Ulta. Fabulous, fabulous colors, as you can see. Real simple. A nice go-to palette that I actually use often, kind of, when I want to look fabulous but not necessarily too over the top. It gives some really great colors and ranges. So today we are going to be using these colors, these three here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to use this one, and then for our highlight we're going to use this right here. It's gonna come together real nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. To start off with, I am going to use this purple-ish color. Then I'm going to use this brown, and then I'm going to use the black. And then when I do like the inner portion right here of my lid, I'm going to use this color, and then to highlight and round it all out, I'm going to go with the gold. I know I can't help it. I love using the gold. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. We're starting with the purplish color, which is called Lava. And I'm just dusting that across the top of my lid. Just a sweeping back and forth motion. Here we go. And you see how it just comes together. And I'm going to do the next eye as well. Sweeping, nothing too heavy, just a nice sweeping back and forth motion. Back and forth, back and forth. Alright, so that's working. Love it. So we're going to go to the brown color next, which is called Scorched. And again, just going to sweep that, and we're going right under where we did the purple, which is the Lava, and I'm focusing more so on my crease. So as you can see, alright, so you see I'm all in the crease because you see that skin length moving. Alright, that's where I'm focused at, right in my crease. And then we're going to get to the next eye. Right in my crease. Right in my crease. I know that sounds kind of funny, in my crease. But that is where I am. Okay. Alright, so you see we have a little bit, you can see the purple right at the top, and then the brown has worked its way into the crease. Alright, and now we're going for the black color, which is called Coal, and we're going to pat that in. So what I do is I start along my lash line, and then I just start patting, and we're just working with the back area of our eyelid. So you just pat it in. Pat it. Just pat it in. Just pat it in. See how that's working out there? It's working out lovely. And I'm using this angled brush to do it. What that does is that helps when you're going across your lash line. So, okay, so I've made my line here, and then I'm just patting the rest of it in. See, we don't want it to get too crazy. Just nicely pat it in to give like a smoky effect. You see? A little smoky effect. This one needs to be a little more smoked out. Sorry. Alright, there we go. Look at this side. This side is kind of darn perfect. Alright. Now, don't worry if it's getting all in this area. We're going to take care of that in a minute. When we hit it with our foundation. Alright. There we go. Patting it in to get that smoky up. Now, we're going to do the inner part of our lid. And we're going to hit it with that gold color. I mean, not the gold color. Sorry. The champagne looking color, which is actually called Gilded. What I've learned, the easiest way to do this is to start in the middle and work your way towards the corner. So you start in the middle and then you work your way towards the inner part of your lid. So now that my color is pretty darn awesome, what I'm going to do is I'm going to round it out. Now, I have like the baggiest freaking eyelids under the sign, so I actually do cause a little tension when I do it, and see, it helps just rounding it out. And what I'm doing is I'm actually using the shape of my eyeball, to be honest. And I'm just slowly taking that back and forth to round it out. See? Not getting too wild and too crazy with it. And just sweeping motion back and forth. And like I said, cheating a little bit because I'm actually using the shape of my eyeball. And then I'm just filling in the areas real easy like. See how that works? I'm just gonna put a little bit more just to really bring out that color. There we go. Now, on to the next side. Like I said, I start in the middle and then I bring it to the inner corner. I'm starting in the middle and bringing it to the inner corner, and then I'm using the shape of my eye to round everything out, and I'm just easy with it, back and forth. I mean, it's a little bit of a cheat, but only if you make it. There we go. And then just a little more to really bring out the color. There we go. So you see, everything worked out pretty darn swell. Now, to make sure the two colors are blending really well, I'm just gonna go back in with the brown, with the charcoal, which is our blackish color, and pat right along the line so you can see where the two colors meet. That's what I'm going to do for both eyes. So I'm patting just along the line where the two colors meet, and that kind of helps blend them together. There we go. See? Where's the two colors? Fabulous. Alright, look at that. Okay, so now it's time for a little mascara. And for mascara, I have Ulta Plush Drama mascara. And the easiest way I've learned to do my mascara, especially when I got a lot going on already, is to get me a little handy dandy mirror. Turn the mirror out like this so it kind of looks like I'm looking down, and it gives the effect that my eyes are closed, but in fact they're not, which makes it super easy to put on my mascara so I don't have to worry about it messing up anything in my lid area that I've already put so much time and effort into. So we're just going to put a little mascara, and the point of this is to actually underline our eyes. That's going to be my main focus, not really to make my lashes pop, because of course I have false teeth. So we're actually focused on underlining our eye, because I'm not going to use any liner because I like what I got going on already. So I'm looking down and it looks like I have my eyes closed, but actually I don't. I'm just getting my mascara on, focused, like I said, on my underline. There are different ways to get your underline popping. You can actually just take a liner and line it out. I personally don't trust myself, and I feel like I'm gonna blind myself if I do something like that. So I go the mascara route. Plus I was putting on mascara anyway. So why not make the mascara earn its keep and give it some double duty? Ha ha. See? Got my underline going. And I move on to the other eye. There we go. And like I said, I am putting on my mascara at the same time, making it work double duty. So I do want to make sure that my lashes not necessarily pop, because as you can tell, I barely have lashes. So even though I put a ton of mascara on, you still can't see them. But I do want to make sure they're like nicely combed out, so to speak. So meaning that they're not wild and clumpy and all over the place, and they actually look like I care about them. Alright, so I have my mascara on and I'm all ready and set to go with that. So now it's time for the lashes. Lashes are like my best friends, my new favorite thing under the sun. They come in all types of packs, and what you want to do is take them off and kind of measure them out to see how they fit on your eye specifically. Now I know that, I mean, sometimes I can just go ahead and wear them out the package or out the box, so to speak, put them on and they're good to go. But I do that when I'm in a rush, to be very honest. But for best top of the line results, I do like to clip the ends off just a tad. Nothing crazy, nothing major. All I'm doing is finding which lash I want to go on which eye, and then, because like some of them have like a small end and then you get bigger, so you figure out which one that is, and then you clip the end off if you want to. This is me, I like to clip the end off, make them just a tad bit smaller so they fit 10 times better. And I'm telling you, I'm just clipping, see, the smallest end, that's what I'm going to clip off. So I just clip off the smallest end of the lash. Nothing crazy. That's right here. Just clipping off the end. So that's actually what I clipped off. That little bit right there. And that little bit makes actually a huge difference. So I get my lash tweezers that I totally, absolutely, positively love. They come in different shapes, different sizes, different varieties. I like these that you can actually hold in the middle like that. There are some lash tweezers that come in from the side. I don't really care to use them. I actually really love these. So I just put my lash on my lash tweezers and then hold them perfect. And then I put my glue on. Let me get my glue. Dropped it. Sorry about that. Alright. Just plain simple glue. I actually have a bunch of different glues that I use. I have this glue which has aloe in it. There's tons and tons of glues you can get. You can get expensive glue, you can get inexpensive glue. The point is, does it actually stick for the day? That's very important. So got me some regular old lash glue, and I always check to make sure that my hole is visible for my lash glue. I'll be fresh. Alright, and I put my lashes on, and when you're putting your lashes on, let me show you. You just want to put a nice thin layer, nothing too wild, nothing too crazy. And I'll show you, just super thin. You want to put it right at the top of the lash, even it out. There you go. And I'll show you what I mean. See? Really thin, really simple, nothing wild and crazy. Give it a couple of seconds to dry. While it's drying, I'm going to clean up my area. I got a lot going on. It should take 30 seconds to a minute to dry. Nothing too long, too wild. There is this super cool lash glue that I heard of that when it's actually ready to be applied, it changes color. I haven't found it yet, but as soon as I find it, I definitely will let you know. This is the part of the makeup that I'm like, what the frick is going on with my face? But because that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. Like, oh my gosh, I have like everything everywhere. I look completely and totally nuts. But once you get the lashes on and once you get the foundation on, everything comes together and you're like, I may have some skills. Alright, so let's put this on before it's completely and totally dry. Just like we put on the mascara, we're going to put on the lashes. So you want to have your little handy dandy mirror, put it like this. So this way when you look down, it looks like your eyes are closed. This makes it super easy just to put on the lash. So let me get a little closer so I can show you. So I'm going to look down into my mirror. Why am I giving myself in the mirror? And it looks like my eyes are closed, but they're not. And it makes it super easy just to stick the lash on. You see how easy that was? Exactly. So what we want to do is then get our corners. You want to do your outer corner and your inner corner. Make sure it's sticking. Fully secure the middle. And bam. Oh, how you like me now? See how simple that was? Alright, so let's do the other eye. So I'm going to take it off my little pack. And you just pull by the corner. Don't get, see, I just pulled it with my little pinky finger. Don't get too wild and too aggressive with this, to be honest, because you don't want to knock it out of shape because it comes with this like nice little curve shape. If you need a little more curved, just bring it in, make like a little circle with it, and it adds to the curve, as you can see. Alright, so I'm going to clip off the end that doesn't really work for me. I'm saying, and I clip the outer end, and I say it's a tiny little piece that I'm clipping off the back. Tiny little piece. See, that small. Alright. Put it on my lash tweezers. Love these things. 9 times out of 10 you can always find lashes that actually come with lash tweezers. So don't worry about like, oh my gosh, where am I gonna find lash glue? They come with the lash glue. Don't sweat it. Alright, I'm putting a little nice thin layer. And be very gentle when you're pushing out your lash glue. Because if you squeeze too aggressively, you're gonna have lash glue everywhere. Trust me, I've been there before. Where you like, I think I'm just like, I promise you that happened to me. I thought I was being so freaking gentle, and then all of a sudden, lash glue everywhere. And I was just like, oh, I would do lash glue. Alright. So, very important to make sure you get the corners. Not only the middle, but the corners when you were putting glue on. And as you can see, nice little thin layer. I really, really love this lash glue, to be honest, because it dries as quick as ever. Like, there's no sitting around waiting forever for the lash glue to dry. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything because I'm one-handed. It really works. I like this. Alright, so it should be dry. What we're gonna do, mirror right under us, look down and apply. It actually helps us. We're gonna get our edges in. Secure the middle, secure the ends. I gotta do a little touch up on this side. And we are solid. Alright. See what I mean? Once you get your lashes on, it really starts to come together. You're like, okay, I like what I'm doing. I like what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. Alright, so now it's time to do the bottom half of our face. But what I also like to do right now is to touch up. Now that I have more of a complete picture going on, I just like to add a little touch up with everything. Ooh, I felt like I hit it with the brush. Okay, there we go. I was nervous. I surely did hit it with the brush. I want to just go in at the top of my eye, add just a tad bit. We started with the purple, which was lava, going back with a little lava. Then did some scorch with the brown, go back right in there with a little bit of scorch. And this is just tightening everything up. There we go. Like I said, I did a little pat. There we go. Bam. And then, last but definitely not least, I'm just gonna go a little bit with my inner color. And that's just to bring out the color. I'm actually just patting it in the lower half of my eyelid. See? And that's just to bring out the color even more. Alright, so we're good to go with that. Eyes look pretty darn perfect, if you ask me. So now what we do? Foundation time. Foundation and concealer time. Let's not leave out concealer. Concealer is very important. My concealer that I absolutely positively love is the Dream Liquid Mousse from Maybelline. My beautiful color is 135 Polka. I start off with 6 pumps, to be very honest. And why? Because you can always put more on, but you can't put any back. So I start off with 6 pumps, and that gets me where I need to be. And then if I need anything more, I just add a pump or two. Now, very important, besides the fact that I'm taking time under my eye, is to blend out everything that's going on back here. So blend into your hairline, because there's nothing absolutely positively worse than makeup that sits on your face looking like a mask. Now, as you can see, I take my time when I get around my eyebrows. I use my foundation to start that wonderful crisp line for my eyeshadow. And what I do is I basically go to the end of my eyebrow, and bring it down. And it gives me the start of a wonderful line. And then I just go up and slow. Remember, blend it into your hairline. Bring it all the way back to your ears. Don't be afraid. Yes. Get in the creases of your nose. Get under your nose. Don't forget these places. People. Get up under that chin. Yes, people. I'm getting my forehead. Yes. Very important places. Working right with my eyebrow. Now I'm focusing more on my eyes. Just to make sure I'm getting like everything that I need, so I'm going to use my handy dandy mirror. Just to make sure I'm bringing out my colors perfectly. And also that nothing is like clumping, so I don't have areas or spots on my face where it's like a lot going on there. Alright. So now it's time for concealer. Alright, I do have a tad bit more foundation in the forehead like I wanted to. So here we go. Remember, blend into, bring it all the way back to your ears. I just like to go in like extra and make sure I'm good around your mouth. Now, around your mouth, because you don't want those like, I don't know, laugh line type things going on. So just make sure I always make sure to go in one extra time and smooth it all out so nothing is junky and chunky in those areas. We're good to go. So, concealer time. Now, with concealer, everybody has their own way of putting on concealer. Everybody does what they want. What works for you works for you. What works for me works for me. That being said, this is how I do my concealer. Now, you can do concealer in the V. So you start up in the corner, bring it out, in the V. I also, I'm gonna get my mirror, like to, because when you're doing your concealer, you're blending out. So I take it, I use it to help accentuate that sharp, crisp line, regardless of how I'm doing it, whether I'm making a V or making a couple of lines. I always do that. So if you're making a V, go ahead and make your V. Now you can do it like that and make the V and fill in the area. I actually like doing my V like this, where I'm bringing it out and making a V, because it helps with that blending out, or so obvious anyway. Or, and you see I just use one pump and that's it. Or you can do the lines. Where you do like a couple of lines and keep it moving. I'm a V kind of girl, to be 100% honest. Now, what I also like to do is I like to let my concealer sit for a minute. So this way it kind of marries with my foundation as opposed to competing with it. So when I go ahead to blend it in, I'm actually blending it in as opposed to taking away, very important, as opposed to taking away from my concealer. So while I'm doing that, while I'm letting the two colors marry, I go ahead and do some little fine little tuning, fine little details, and that would be filling in the front of my eyebrow. So I just have a little pencil, and I'm just going to kindly fill in my eyebrows. Nothing too wild or too crazy. But just filling them in. See? Just filling them in. And then what I do is to take my brush, my foundation brush, and just to help making sure my colors work together, and just shape them out. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Bam. Now, after I'm done with that, it's about time to get my blend on, And with that, I'm just blending out. Now, the thing I love about this BH Cosmetics Precision Blender is the point that it has in it, which totally helps in making sure I keep that line on point. And like I said, you blend out. So you blend up and blend out. And look how straight my line is. Bam. Next side. Now, what I like to do when I'm blending is I puff out my cheek. Why do I do that? This way I'm not creating lines. So when I'm blending, I have an even, not flat, but I have an even surface to work with. So I don't have to worry about anything falling into cracks or anything like that. And I'm just going up a tab. Now, for the nose area, I do two things. I use the bottom of my blender and I just go across the nose to blend that in. And then I also go back in with my foundation brush to make sure that everything is nicely blended. See? Bam. Haha. 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 Alright, so a couple of things left to do and then we are 100% done. First, we gotta bake. Hello, don't think I forgot about that. And then we have to highlight, and then I also gotta add some lipstick. Alright, so back with my Master Fix from Maybelline. And I'm going to add these areas and this. I'm hitting my super oily areas. No, I like to go a little further down than traditionally speaking, and that's because that's where actually the oil in my face is. It's more so right on my cheek. So I do take it just a tad bit further down than people normally would. But that's because those are my areas. Alright, so we're done with that. Let me close this up. Time to highlight. Alright, so remember, our highlighting color was the goldish color, which is actually called thicker. I'm going to take me a little tip brush because I want to get in right in here in my eye. And I'm not doing anything wild and crazy. I'm just getting that inner corner and giving it a little blue. Nothing wild and crazy. Just a little bit of pop. And we do our Cupid's bow. Now, see, just a little bit of pop, nothing wild. And just like with everything else, you just want to blend it. Blend it. Let me do above my lip. And truthfully, that's why I love these little brushes, because it gets you right in there. Now that I have that, I just take it down the side, just a tad, like blending it out. Very unorthodox, very non-traditional, but I actually use a brush to do the highlight on my nose. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. Okay, so I just do a tap, and then I tap, and then I bring it up. See? I know, people like to use a fan brush. Fan brush wasn't good enough for me. So I just tap and bring it up. And then what I also do is I pot out my lip and I go right here. It's nothing crazy, it's just whatever excess is left. So it kind of makes it glow a little, but not too much really. You just dab right there. And then I go back with my little brush just to accentuate. See? Totally works out. Alright, so I have my lipstick that I want to use. I'm a huge NYX fan, to be very honest with you. Not only are the prices awesome, but the colors, the formulas, everything like that is totally wonderful. I totally love them. I have just about every NYX collection out here, to be very honest with you. And we are using the Liquid Suede, which is actually one of my favorite collections, and we're using it in Brooklyn Thorn, which is nice mauve like color. I'm gonna put some lipstick on. Using my mirror again. Now I'm doing the lip. Not like a matchy type of person, but truthfully the color of our lipstick goes with the purple that we started with in Lava, so it kind of just like brings everything together. Now that's what time it is. It's time to dust it. Oh yeah, we dusted. We gotta dust it. Let's dust it. I'm a little animated at times, if you haven't noticed. Alright, I'm just gonna look, you know, I'm sorry. Alright, so I don't keep on my chin. And what we're doing basically is using one of these very, I call them multi-purpose brushes, and we're dusting for our lives. Now when you're dusting, you're not painting on like you do your foundation or concealer or anything like that. You're using a very light hand, and it's kind of like flick of the wrist type thing. So you get in there. Get in there. There we go. That's it. And that is so you're not getting rid of everything that you already did. So, last but certainly not least, we have to make sure that all our work and all our effort actually stays throughout the day. Finishing spray! Alright, so there we go. Close your eyes. If you bold and bad, leave your eyes open. I don't care. But just make sure you're getting everything and hitting all your areas. Ready? You do want to hold it at a bit of a distance from your face, so it's misting on and you're not like spraying like crazy. Alright, so we're gonna let this dry. And we're gonna be done. We'll bring our hair to the front. I'm gonna do this. We'll do this. I completely and totally fool. I thank you so much for joining me today on Petty Perfect. Thank you for get ready with me and spending your time laughing, joking, all that, and getting beautiful. So don't forget to come back, don't forget to leave a comment, and most importantly, don't forget to stay petty.